Charter Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We are joined by Anthony Fellow. He is the Vice President of the Upper San Gabriel Valley Municipal Water District, which serves significant portions of the San Gabriel Valley. As you know, sir, recently the governor set through his state water board targets for communities to conserve, looking at current use and then going back 2 years. And I was looking at the results from the first month. Some of your communities did quite well. This San Gabriel area, the West Covina area, parts of Covina did well, Azusa did well, other parts not as much. Covina, not too bad. Arcadia was didn't meet its target. El Monte was way off. What could you tell us about what happened recently in terms of conservation targets?
Well, I think people want to conserve. They want to help. They always have been. And when we had our last big drought, I remember I represented Temple City, and senior citizens were taking showers with buckets to save water and put it out into the gardens. And so we've gone 10% beyond what the governor wants in the state of California, so we've done well. But also the Upper District, which I've mentioned many times in the past, is a very innovative district.
Yes.
And this year we decided to have each of the 18 cities in the San Gabriel Valley compete with one another on who can conserve the best. And so the competition started in June of 2014, and it ended in April of 2015. It was almost a whole year. And within this year, each of these cities had to do 12 different projects. They had to do some low flush toilet giveaways. They had to do some rebates. They had to dig up some of the lawns and those sorts of things. They had to attend classes. Some of the city councilmen had to attend classes by the Upper District. And so the results came in, and West Covina, Rosemead, and Azusa were the cities that saved the most.
Which is not surprising given what the State Water Board recently released. I mean, those were the cities that saw the more significant savings. Azusa, West Covina, I mean, you said it. And so what's nice about having met this standard and received this accolade is the award actually resulted in $50,000 grants.
Well, each of these cities got $50,000. I should tell you, we have 18 cities, 12 applied, 8 of them did everything. So there were some cities that, and it was shocking for us, if you're going to get $50,000 towards your city projects in water, which we were giving, why wouldn't you apply? And so these cities are giving $50,000 each, the 3, and then some of the cities like Glendora, Temple City, did a great job.
South Pass, South El Monte,
and they're going to get some funds to do some re-landscaping.
Right.
But
and where is the grant money going to go? For what types of projects?
It's landscaping projects, desert landscape, drought-resistant projects, and those sorts of things. But the upshot is that by this, and Mike Ng, former Assemblyman Mike Ng,
now
was
on the
our
Los
moderator.
Angeles Community College District.
He was the moderator for this luncheon we had. We really wanted to honor these cities, and he came to me and he said, you director should really be praised. He says, there's nobody else doing this sort of innovative thing in the San Gabriel Valley. You're giving $50,000 away for water conservation projects.
Right.
And he said it's such an innovative project, so he was very impressed and wrote about it.
So how did the program, how did the competition, how was it born? What happened? Who thought of it?
The district.
Right.
Our district public relations people and the directors were all bought into it. And because we also would like Upper District to take a higher profile in the San Gabriel Valley. It is the largest government, and it's a regional government.
I mean, 18 cities, like you said.
We have 1 million people.
Right, and, bigger than some states.
But the interesting thing is what was the impact? And the impact is that with this program, within that year, we saved 68 million gallons of water. That is a large amount of water. And when you think about it, to put it in perspective, we're talking about 112 football fields, 1 foot deep
it's the
of
acre
water,
feet that we hear about.
102 Olympic-sized swimming pools. That's a lot of water. When you think about, we consume about 100 gallons a day of water, each individual.
So the question becomes, what do you do to harness and leverage the success of your San Gabriel Valley Water Smart City Challenge?
I think we're going to be doing more.
Right.
And we've been taking officials on tours of the San Gabriel Valley. And then I want to work more closely with Congressman Chu, who wants to do more of in the foothill area, in the new monument, the desert, or the mountains.
Right, a national monument was declared recently.
She'd like to build a center up there, visitor center, which I'd like the Upper District to do. We're going to get more involved in conservation. We're going to have more of these projects. These cities also get to brag about it because there's going to be banners that Upper District is giving them that'll be up and down their streets, and they've been given big awards.
Let me ask you, though, about the rebate programs that you've had. You talk about rebates for water-efficient appliances. You talk about rebates for artificial turf, drought-tolerant plants. What we have learned is these rebates have become wildly successful. So successful that
we have no money.
There's no money left.
No.
For example, as you know, the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California, of which the Upper San Gabriel Valley Water District is a member, offered really about $450 million through 2015. The money's gone. I mean, it was gone very, very quickly. What do you make of the success of these programs? Does it say the programs were too generous? Does it say we need more programs?
I think it says we need more programs. I think it also says that the people are willing to conserve. You know, it's really wonderful to see that the public wants to be involved.
Right. At the same time, though, when we look at, for example, the artificial turf program, we learned a couple of things about it through this past year. We saw a lot of businesses were jumping on board. Some felt as if too much of the money was going towards business. And so we know when a second chunk of funding came, the amount of the rebate was limited. What do you make of that? Do you think that's the right step?
I don't know if more was given to businesses. We are going to be honoring residents very soon, the Upper District, and with some kind of gifts and what have you.
Right.
But it is a problem. But
what about now the notion that while artificial turf is kind of the conservation measure du jour, that in reality the rebates for that are fairly expensive, and if you really want to do a hard, cold analysis, the rebate would be better spent on water-efficient appliances.
Well, I think so. And in some of the cities, I don't think in Arcadia you can use artificial turf.
It's funny you say that. I know, for example, in Glendale, I don't know if that's not in the Upper District, but huge debate going on because there's actually a law that prevents there's a state bill that's percolating, if I can use that cliche, to try to outlaw local ordinances that would prevent artificial turf.
Yes.
But where does the Upper District, where does MWD go with its rebate programs? Because we know that they're successful, but we also know that we want to be economical about it.
Well, they need to put more money into it, which means taking money out of other things. And right now, MWD's got to worry about the infrastructure. That's another problem, and that's where money goes to. But we have to do more than just do these conservation efforts. Do you know, the MWD puts tremendous amounts of money, as the Upper District does, in educating young people. That's where our focus is today. And we're building discovery centers, and we have teachers and people going into the schools and helping them out with science programs dealing with water. And it's interesting that still in the city of Los Angeles, we're still using the same amount of water as we did in 1980. And so that says...
With 1 million people more.
You have to praise the people for getting involved. But it also means we have to do more than these conservation projects. And this is where the Upper District is looking at innovation.
And you'll come back to tell us more about the innovative programs you're adopting?
And we're talking about bringing desalting water up to the San Gabriel Valley.
And that's our next conversation when you come back. He is Anthony Fellow. He is Vice President of the Upper San Gabriel Valley Municipal Water District. My name is Brad Pomerance. This is Charter Local Edition.